So my main purpose is we have been told जैसे जैसे आपके time is nearing, the question paper patterns are being discussed. So there are some case based studies which is given only in NCERT, and in other books it is given as a part of questions. And there are some concepts, some lines which we emphasize on NCERT. Since we have completed the chapter, so we are going towards a backward. तो इसीलिए अब मैं जो आपके revisions करवाऊंगी, that would be simultaneously with NCERT also, and then the questions based on that. Now you see this is a very fast, that is Wipro. It is quite there yet, but the goal is certainly within reach. One of India's largest IT solution providers, Wipro is taking on the likes of IBM and Accenture. Accenture is one of the largest companies around the world. They are onto different dimensions. In its efforts to be included among the largest and most technological services company, ये उनकी कंपनी का एक टारगेट है, ऑब्जेक्टिव है. Currently, it employs 45,000 people at a growth rate of 30% annually. And I don't see around 1 lakh to 2 lakh people as insurmountable challenge, matlab, which will be huge. He believes that if companies such as Accenture could grow by 20,000 people in 2 years, why cannot Wipro? So, restructuring Wipro was considered the most important step in becoming a global giant. तो उन्होंने अपने ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को जो है रीऑर्गेनाइज करने की कोशिश की. During the past few years, Wipro separated itself. Now, this is where organizational structure starts, right? जब आपके questions आते हैं, means अगर ये आपका आ गया as a source and you have to write the question, तो पहला आपका था what was the function they were performing, that was organization, and they wanted to reorganize their structure. Wipro separated itself into several subsidiaries by product line, that is telecommunications, engineering, financial services. यानी कि उन्होंने खुद को जो है डिविजनल स्ट्रक्चर में चेंज करने का जो है they took the decision. Each subsidiary, यहाँ पे it is used for the department, brings in about $300 million in annual earning and is self-sufficient for its own accounting, personnel and administrative function. यानी कि for telecommunication you have separate function line, purchase, then आपका personnel, that means HR, then आपका accounts. Similarly for finance it is different and for engineering it is different. Wipro shifted from, अब second concept है, पहला concept था change of organizational structure from functional to divisional. Second is Wipro shifted from a centralized to decentralized management. पहले they were having the centralized system where the top level management was having the power to take all the decisions, but now they have divided it, they have delegated it to the lowest grades. All responsibilities for growth lay within the management of each entity. We try to de-layer the organization, मतलब उसका जो layer है उसको set up कर रहे हैं, and empower our business leaders with a much higher degree of growth responsibility. We removed an entire layer. उन्होंने जो है अपना जो hierarchical system है उसके अंदर भी they have got the change. Between 2002 and 3, Wipro acquired two IT consulting firms to bring into US market. It's now also moving to from a service provider to product developer. So they are now moving on to different arena. तो ये जो हमने विप्रो का एक we have studied the source, the case study. This tells about the organization structure and the importance of delegation and decentralization. That is what it is written. Right? अब अगर इसमें से आपके questions आ जाते हैं तो you can perform it in the same manner. Definitely the questions are going to be in the MCQ forms. Once the plans have been laid down and objective specified, यानी कि इससे पहले वाला function, planning was the first function that we have done. Planning is a mental exercise and planning is futile if we are not going for the next few steps. Organizing, staffing, directing, controlling. अगर हम इन steps को नहीं ले रहे हैं तो planning is futile. So the next step is to organize. You can also call organizing as second step. In a manner which leads to accomplishment of objectives. A critical issue in accomplishing the goals specified in the planning process is structuring the work of an organization to adapt to the dynamic business environment. The activities must be organized in such a manner that plans can be successfully implemented. Yani ki what it means to say is organization is very important to accomplish the desired plan. For planning to be a fruitful, a number of consideration like resources that will be needed. The resources will be human, the resources will be material, it is all labor. Optimum utilization of the same translation of work into attainable tasks. Empowering the workforce to accomplish these tasks need to be understood and dealt with properly. It is evident from the way Wipro has moved towards reaching of its goal, becoming a globally successful, that organizing plays an important role in implementation of plan. So now what they have done? Wipro organized itself in a manner that allowed customer orientation to dominate over other goods and diversified on the basis of product lines. आपका था telecommunication, engineering, services, उन्होंने उसको diversify कर दिया. Then the authority to responsibility relationship. It also modified the relationship within the management hierarchy to suit the goals, establishing the authority to responsibility relationship. The management function of organizing ensures that efforts are directed towards the attainment of goals laid down in the planning function in such a manner that they are used optimally and people are able to use collectively and effectively. Yani ki for an effective management, organizing is very important. The organizing function leads to creation of organizational structure, which includes designing of roles to be filled by suitably skilled people and defining the interrelationship between these roles so that ambiguity in performance can be eliminated. Ambiguity का मतलब होता है confusion, यानी clarity of work and responsibility and authority. Not only is this important for productive cooperation, but also clarification of extent of authority as well as responsibility. So this is what we say as organizing. ये आपके examples हैं. जैसे school feed के अंदर the tasks are divided, ये मैंने आपको already बताया था. When you are in your school, the number of work is divided into small chunks, उसको हम कहते हैं. And coordination is established among the various groups to enable the smooth interaction and clarity. That is आपका organizing. And that is there in every area where you are having number of activities. घर के अंदर एक छोटा सा a simple marriage. Now, no matter, आजकल no doubt we are having what we call as the event management. लेकिन event management भी इन चीजों को organize करता है. One particular person looks after the catering, the second one looks after decoration, the third one looks after the other areas. तो यानी कि सब ये अलग अलग आपके जो है activities है. And they all are moving towards the same direction, that is the marriage. Organizing essentially implies a process, which implies means it hints about a process which coordinates human efforts, assembles resources and integrates them into a unified for achieving the specified objective. Hence, it is defined as a process that initiates implementation of plans by clarifying the job, working relationship, and effectively deploying resources for the desired goals. यानी हम सबसे पहले काम को identify करते हैं. What are the work to be done? And when in the last class when I had taken, I had already told you that what we do is हमें देखना होता है whether our company is a manufacturing unit, our company is a service provider, हमारा trading का business है. मतलब we have to decide what kind of organization we are into. Then what are the activities that would take place inside that management. Then the similar जो आपके काम होते हैं, all that which can be grouped into a similar work, उनको हम एक डिपार्टमेंट का नाम दे देते हैं. And then उस डिपार्टमेंट का एक हेड, उसके नीचे सबऑर्डिनेट्स, एक जो मतलब कि मैनेजर है, उसके नीचे जितने सबऑर्डिनेट्स जिसको वो मैनेज कर सकता है, उसको हम उसको हम स्पैन ऑफ मैनेजमेंट कहते हैं. We call it as span of management. This will come later on. So it involves a series of steps that we need to take in order. If you have this question as a 4 marker or 6 marker, means in the written form, the steps have to be written in chronological order. 1 2 3 4 ही जाएगा, 1 3 2 4 ऐसा नहीं जाएगा. The very first is identification and division of work. The first step involves identifying and dividing the work that is in accordance to the previously determined plan. The work is divided into manageable activities. The meaning of manageable मतलब कितना कोई कितना manage कर सकता है, so that duplication can be avoided and burden of work can be shared among the employees. Second step is we इन छोटे छोटों को हम एक नाम दे देते हैं, डिपार्टमेंट. Once the work has been divided into small and manageable activities, then which are similar are grouped together. Such sets facilitate specialization. This grouping process is called as departmentalization. And department आपके अलग अलग होते हैं. जैसे कुछ कंपनीज हैं, they may department according to north, south, west, east. Some may according to appliances, clothes, cosmetic, like I had given you the example of Reliance. Then आपने डिपार्टमेंट कर दिया. Now you have to allocate. इस डिपार्टमेंट को ये हेड करेगा, this will be headed. उसके नीचे इतने स्टाफ रहेंगे, और आप जो हो who is authority and who is responsibility का relation establish करो. It is necessary to define the work of different job positions and accordingly allocate work to various employees. Once it has been done, each of them is placed under charge of an individual. Then jobs are allocated to the members of each department according to their skills and competencies. It is essential that for performing effectively, a proper match is made between the nature of job and ability of an individual. यानी कि जो हमारा नेक्स्ट मतलब की चैप्टर है, the right person for the right job, the right person for the right job. The fourth is just आपको ये काम दे दिया गया है is not going to work out. You need to have clarity. Each individual should also know who he has to take orders and to whom he is accountable. This ye, that is establishing the reporting relationship, helps to create a hierarchical structure. Top में कौन है, उसके नीचे कौन है, उसके नीचे कौन है. That's called hierarchy and helps in coordination among various departments. So now, why do we need? The significance of the organizing function mainly arises from the fact that it helps in the survival and growth of an enterprise and equips it to meet the various challenges. In order for any business enterprise to perform tasks and successfully meet, it has to be done efficiently. The following highlights. First, this is not very important. I'll be just taking through, not very important. The most important that I'll take, that is structure, then delegation and decentralization. Organization leads to a systematic allocation. तो जब आप allocate कर रहे हो, तो the worker, the employee will be given the work according to his or her capability. So that what will happen? First of all, there is clarity. Second is there is production. And third is जो इंसान उस काम को बार बार कर रहा है, that person will become specialized. Over a period of time, he or she might be very good in that area. Specifically, when it comes to production or finance, we need strong workforce. Second, it helps in clarity of the working relationship. Means communication कौन देगा, काम कौन देगा. It helps in creating the hierarchical order and authority. आपकी जो है, that is there, and responsibility is fixed. So no one can run away from his or her responsibility. इस मतलब कि जो ग्रुप है इसको ये काम करना, ये हमने बोल दिया, right? We have said group B has to do this work. Now group B को तो काम तो मिल गया है, but किसको ये काम करना है, nobody knows. आपस में झगड़ा कर रहे हैं, तो ये काम कर ले, मैं क्यों ये काम करूंगा, ये काम छोटा मैं क्यों करूंगा. Now there is no one who can give the command, who can make them responsible. So when you are fixing up that responsibility and authority relationship, everyone knows to whom he or she is answerable and what his or her work is to be. Organizing leads to optimum utilization of resources. Proper assignment avoids overlapping. Avoidance of duplication helps in preventing confusion and minimizing the wastage. एक ही काम को अगर दो इंसान करेगा, दोनों कहेंगे I have done the best. It is wastage of time, wastage of talent, wastage of human resources. Adaptation to change. When we have formally adopted a structure, Then what happens? Whenever the organization needs to be modified, the interrelationship has to be revised. That transition is easy. That can be easily accommodated. नए products आने हैं, नया department आना है, it can. Effective administration, because already utilization is there, clarity is there. This all will help in avoiding the confusion, duplication, and thus it brings effectiveness. सबको अपना काम पता है, सबको अपनी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी पता है, सबको पता है किस काम के लिए ही और शी इज अकाउंटेबल. एंड व्हेन वी आर गिविंग ऑर्गेनाइजिंग, उसी के आपके फैक्टर्स हैं डेलीगेशन, डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन. एंड जब हम डेलीगेशन, डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन जैसे वर्ड्स को यूज करते हैं, तो दे आर नॉट मियर वर्ड्स, दे आर something which actually motivates the personals. The managers try to initiate, क्योंकि जो सुपर मैनेजर्स होते हैं, सुपीरियर्स, दे reduce their workload by delegating into others. Now delegation के साथ they also give some decision powers. तो जो नीचे मैनेजर्स होते हैं, they are able to develop new methods, they are able to explore the area of growth and opportunity, and in this manner the company तो अपना काम करता ही है, साथ में जो काम करते हैं, the subordinates, they have the challenges and they are able to realize their talents. Organizing helps in the growth and diversification of an enterprise by enabling it to deviate from existing norms and taking up new challenges. Abhi, I don't know, but day before yesterday, I was reading a news that Ambani is now also planning to take subway. Subway जो है उसको भी वो लोग ले रहे हैं. And why I took Ambani's name? This is because that is an example. That is an example. They have a very good organizing structure. मतलब जो भी वहाँ काम करता है, मेरी एक student थी. Now right now she is in some Airtel में है वो. But she tells that वहाँ पे जो Reliance का जो system है working very very nice. They have the clear cut policies, and that is where somewhere they started from a scratch. Today they are into an empire. Now, as I said, what is organizing structure? हमने सबसे पहले पढ़ा था about Wipro. You may be having many activities. Now, आपको एक you need to identify that this will be the structure we are going to follow. ये जो पहला लाइन है, organization structure is the outcome of organizing process. It comes in true or false, मतलब ये वाला जो है, or it may come even in the MCQ. An effective structure will result in increased profitability of the enterprise. The need for an adequate structure is felt by an enterprise whenever it grows in size or complexity. It is only those enterprises which do not focus on growth that can maintain a particular structure for a long period of time. However, it is important to understand that such stagnancy may prove to be detrimental to an enterprise, as those companies which do not change will close down or cease to grow. मतलब अगर आपके पास एक clear structure नहीं है, तो that would lead to ambiguity, confusion, duplication, over use of resources, and that can result in many detrimental factors. As the organization grows, coordination becomes difficult due to emergence of new functions. स्टार्टिंग में कुछ नहीं होता, जब हम कंपनी को स्टार्ट करते हैं, वी नो हमने ये प्रोक्योर करना, रॉ मटेरियल ये हमारा सप्लायर होगा, दिस विल बी डन बाय दिस, ये हमारा होगा। लेकिन जैसे 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 हमारे फंक्शंस, द नंबर ऑफ प्रोडक्ट्स, द नंबर ऑफ कस्टमर्स, द नंबर ऑफ एरियाज हमारे बढ़ते जाएंगे, इट बिकम्स डिफिकल्ट फॉर मेंटेनिंग दीज एक्टिविटीज। Thus, for an organization to function smoothly and face environmental changes, it becomes necessary to pay attention to its structure. Peter Drucker says, organization structure is an indispensable means, and a wrong structure will seriously impair business performance and even destroy it. The structure can be defined as a framework. This can come as an MCQ. What is organization structure? The framework. जैसे हमारे घर के चौखट होते हैं, जब आप कोई घर बनाते हो तो उसका एक ब्लूप्रिंट होता है, एक प्लान होता है, ये वो है, within which managerial and operating tasks are performed. It specifies relation between people, work, and resources. It allows correlation and coordination among human, physical, and financial resources. So, the organization structure of a firm is shown in an organization chart. जो आपके पेपर में भी ये क्वेश्चन आया हुआ है, इट्स नॉट लाइक कि आएगा, बट आया हुआ है। डिफाइन मतलब कि मेक अ चार्ट ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन स्ट्रक्चर बेस्ड ऑन डिविजन, बेस्ड ऑन फंक्शन। नाउ ये वाला, द स्पैन ऑफ मैनेजमेंट मींस एक मैनेजर के नीचे कितने लेवल्स हम रख सकते हैं। Like in some companies, you will see vice president, मतलब president, vice president, general manager, manager, मतलब they have number of. So what is that? The span of management to a large extent gives shape to the organizational structure. It refers to the number of subordinates that can be effectively managed by a superior. It determines the level of management in the structure. As I said, in some companies we have president, vice president, general manager, then manager. कुछ कंपनीज में क्या होता है, रीजनल मैनेजर, रीजनल जनरल मैनेजर, ऐसे करते। So a proper structure is essential to ensure a smooth flow of communication and better control of over the operation of a business enterprise. An organization structure provides a framework which enables the enterprise to function as an integrated unit and coordinate unit by regulating and coordinating the responsibilities. Now let us see. There is no need. This is about the travel agency which we have already done. This is one more source. Honda का है आपका. This is about the new structure आपका. This is about the structure. See. Head, sorry, a board member in charge of development center, then head planning. इनके नीचे आपके 3 हेड्स काम करेंगे। देन हेड के नीचे मतलब वो हेड के नीचे एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन है, एक के नीचे टेक्नोलॉजिकल डेवलपमेंट है और तीसरे के नीचे प्रोडक्ट डेवलपमेंट। So this is the structural change that Honda has taken. This is a structural change and this is what we call as functional. इनको हम कहते हैं functional, right? There are two words which comes in your questions, that what is tall management? Means when there is a large number of levels. जैसे मैंने अभी आपको बताया, प्रेसिडेंट, उसके नीचे वाइस प्रेसिडेंट, रीजनल मैनेजर, जनरल मैनेजर, देन जॉइंट मैनेजर, देन नीचे आपके सीनियर मैनेजर. तो जब आपके इतने नंबर हो जाते हैं, देयर इज अ नंबर ऑफ लेवल्स, दिस इज कॉल्ड एज टॉल स्पैन ऑफ मैनेजमेंट. इसका मतलब क्या होता है? मतलब हमने काम को बहुत नैरो कर दिया है. आप देख सकते हो, एक हेड है, मतलब एक डिपार्टमेंट है, प्रोडक्शन. प्रोडक्शन का प्रेसिडेंट, प्रोडक्शन का वाइस प्रेसिडेंट, प्रोडक्शन का रीजनल जनरल मैनेजर, उसके बाद जनरल मैनेजर, उसके बाद जॉइंट मैनेजर. तो सबका काम जो है, दैट मींस दैट रिजल्ट्स इन नैरो स्पैन ऑफ कंट्रोल. And when there is small number of levels, वाइस प्रेसिडेंट, जनरल मैनेजर, सीनियर मैनेजर, मतलब 3 या 4 है, उसको हम कहते हैं फ्लैट स्पैन ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. आ गया? ये पेपर में बहुत बार आता है, टॉल एंड फ्लैट. टॉल का मतलब होता है जहां नंबर ऑफ आपके जो लेवल्स हैं वो ज्यादा होते हैं, whereas आपके फ्लैट के अंदर we have lesser number of levels, right? Anyone, any question? Now on the basis of the activities, what we call is, we divide the structure into functional and divisional. We have already done. Functional, grouping of jobs of similar nature. The organization can be small or large, लेकिन अगर हमारा नेचर सिमिलर है, वो फंक्शंस उसी के अंडर आ सकते हैं, दे कैन बी वेरी वेल मैनेज्ड, तो हम लोग फंक्शनल स्ट्रक्चर को लेते हैं. एंड ऑर्गेनाइज दीज मेजर फंक्शन एज सेपरेट डिपार्टमेंट्स. ये देखिए, मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर, अंडर मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर वी हैव ह्यूमन रिसोर्स मैनेजर, मार्केटिंग मैनेजर, रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट मैनेजर, परचेज मैनेजर, अकाउंट्स मैनेजर. मतलब ये आपके एचओडीज हैं, मतलब दे आर द एचओडीज. All department report to a coordinating head. For example, in a manufacturing concern, division of work into key function will include purchase, production, marketing, accounts and personnel. And then इनको हम further divide कर देते हैं into different sections. Thus, a functional structure is an organizational design that groups similar or related jobs together. अब accounts है, अकाउंट्स को हम छोटे छोटे सेक्शंस में कर देते हैं. फाइलिंग सेक्शन हो गया, कैश सेक्शन हो गया आपका, जहां पे मतलब within the department also we have different kinds of work. एचआर के अंदर रिक्रूटमेंट अलग है, प्रमोशन अलग है, then we have the one who is looking after the retirement, those who are looking after the retrenchment. तो उसको हम अलग अलग छोटे छोटे में कर देते हैं, बट ओवरऑल पूरा डिपार्टमेंट करता काम उसी को. We don't need to read the advantages and disadvantages. It's out of your syllabus now. Now, second is divisional. Many large organizations with diversified activities have reorganized themselves from simpler functional towards divisional. This is particularly true to those enterprise which have more than one category of products to offer. Although every organization performs a set of homogeneous product functions, मतलब अगर मेरे पास क्लोथिंग है और मेरे पास फुटवेयर है, क्लोथिंग में भी प्रोडक्शन होगा और फुटवेयर में भी प्रोडक्शन होगा, लेकिन दोनों डाइवर्सिफाइड प्रोडक्ट होने की वजह से मैं जो हूं दो अलग डिपार्टमेंट बना देती. In a divisional structure, the organization comprises of separate business units or division. Each unit has a divisional manager या departmental manager for performance and who has the authority over the unit. Generally, manpower is grouped on the basis of different products. मतलब फुटवेयर में कौन है, उसमें कौन है, उसके अकॉर्डिंग हम लेकर आते हैं. Each division is multifunctional because within each functions like production, marketing are also added. Each division is self-contained as it develops expertise in all functions related to that product line. यानी कि फुटवेयर है तो फुटवेयर से रिलेटेड आपके जितने भी फंक्शंस है, प्रोडक्शन, मार्केटिंग, फाइनेंस, परचेज. गारमेंट्स है उससे रिलेटेड. सो इन अदर वर्ड्स, within each division the functional structure is adopted. यानी आपका डिविजनल स्ट्रक्चर बड़ा होता है, फंक्शनल आपका उसके अंदर आ जाता है. दिस इज द chart. If it comes in your paper, you can make this one. मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर, ये जो फिर उसके कॉस्मेटिक्स भी है, गारमेंट्स भी है, फुटवेयर भी है, स्किन केयर भी है. फॉर ईच वन दे हैव डिफरेंट डिपार्टमेंट्स. We don't need to once again, advantages and disadvantages are now out of your syllabus. This you need to learn. It's there in all the books, the same. ये ONGC का है. दिस इज ऑफ ONGC कि उन्होंने अपना जो है अकॉर्डिंग टू रीजन दे हैव डिवाइडेड. जैसे देखो वेस्टर्न आपका, अहमदाबाद आपका, इस तरीके से उन्होंने डिवाइड कर रखा. सो दिस इज टॉल स्ट्रक्चर. फॉर्मल एंड इनफॉर्मल कंप्लीटली आपका खत्म हो चुका है. सो देयर इज नो नीड. नाउ कम्स delegation. Delegation is a simple process of sharing our work, our task to our subordinates. मैनेजर मेन काम को कर लेता है एंड जो उससे रिलेटेड जैसा मतलब की कैपेबिलिटी आपके मैनेजर्स की, he gives that work to his next subordinate because the volume of work makes it impractical for him to handle it all by himself. And if he desires to meet the organizational goals, focus on objective, ensure work is accomplished, he must delegate authority. Delegation refers to downward transfer of authority from a superior to subordinate. It is a prerequisite to the efficient functioning of organization. मतलब prerequisite मतलब ये एक मतलब जरूरी है. ऑर्गेनाइजिंग में हमारा जो हिरार्ची है वो इसी तरीके से चलता है दैट जो टॉप लेवल है वो अपना कुछ काम जो है अपने नेक्स्ट को दे देता है, because it enables a manager to use his time on high priority activities. It also satisfies the subordinates' need for recognition and provides them with opportunity and to develop and exercise initiative. Delegation helps a manager to extend his areas of operation, as without it his activities would be restricted to only what he himself can do. We can be jack of all, masters of none. We can be jack of all and masters of none means हम सारे काम कर सकते हैं, बट हमारे पास कितना टाइम होता है? द वर्क इन एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इज टाइम टारगेटेड. हम अपनी मर्जी से वी कैन नॉट टेक द वर्क फॉर ग्रांटेड कि आराम से किया जाएगा. Whatever we are getting the consumer feedback, if we have to deliver such number of products, number of services within the given time, how can a single manager do all the work? He cannot. अगर वो कर भी लेगा तो he cannot master in every work. He cannot expertise in all the fields. So उसको अपने उन fields को he has to divide it. बाहर का काम कौन देख सकता है, फॉलो अप का काम कौन देख सकता है, कंप्यूटर पे काम कौन देख सकता है, he has to follow up. However, delegation does not mean abdication. I had already twice told you all that this particular concept always comes and it can come in any form. Delegation does not mean abdication. मतलब the manager shall still be accountable for performance of the assigned task. This can come as assertion and reason. आपके जो है in your MCQs, means in your objectives, this particular can come as assertion come reason. Delegation does not mean abdication. The manager is still accountable for the performance of assigned task. मतलब ओवरऑल उसने काम जो है उसके ऊपर ही तो है. Now on his own responsibility, he has delegated the work further to the next level. So उसको करना, उसको करवाना उसका ही काम है. और अगर वो काम गलत हो जाता है तो he is also equally answerable जितना उसका सबऑर्डिनेट. Moreover, authority granted to a subordinate can be taken back and redelegated to another person. Thus, irrespective of the extent of delegated authority, the manager shall still be accountable to the same extent as before delegation. हाँ, उसको लगता है कि this person is not working properly, the work is not efficiently done, it is not effectively done, he can take that work from that person and redelegate it to somebody else. But that doesn't mean कि he can run away from his accountability. So this is what we call as delegation. Now in delegation, what happens is we have three elements and they are authority, रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी एंड अकाउंटेबिलिटी. यानी कि इन तीनों से मिलकर आपका डेलीगेशन बना है. डेलीगेट का मतलब है डेलीगेशन ऑफ वर्क टू द सबऑर्डिनेट, कमांडिंग द सबऑर्डिनेट टू वर्क, एंड रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी इज to complete that work within the given time frame. And accountability is if there is some flaw in that work, that person who is doing as well as the manager who has delegated are accountable. Authority moves from top to bottom, अपने से नीचे को देना, whereas responsibility and accountability flows upward. जो subordinate है he is responsible to his boss, accountability he is accountable to his boss. Authority can be delegated and redelegated, बट रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी को नहीं है. मैं दोबारा से करके दूंगा या दूसरे को दे दूंगा, दिस कैन नॉट बी डन. So these are the three elements, and again if this element comes you need to make a proper what we call as the picture. These all what we say sources will be reading, and in the next class we'll be completing. See, this is the decentralization, a complete source of McNeil Kanda. right?
Okay, ma'am.